Welcome to episode 2 of the Last Whistle podcast. I'm your host, Jaskar, and we have Chris Monis right here with us.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
So let's get into it. What do you think about this week of the NBA?
Well, right now Jamal Murray just sold my parlay, so I'm not too optimistic about this week in the NBA. But Clippers got some big games coming up. They lost a very bad game to the Bucks. There's this guy who got injured on the Spurs. He's like kind of a nobody, but we could talk about that.
Yeah, I was walking to work on Thursday, and I heard Victor got deep vein thrombosis and is out for the season.
You fell to your knees in a Walmart parking lot.
Literally, bro, that shit was so sad. Come on now. He's like, he wants to win, he wants to play, and then you get like a non-contact injury, like you get blood clots in your shoulder. Like, come on now. The Spurs said it's an isolated incident, so it shouldn't spread, and he shouldn't have any complications with that. But like Chris Bosh had to retire because of a deep vein thrombosis. So we'll see how that happens. But
I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't sound as bad as it could have been. And it's good that they're shutting him down right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good for the team, but they're shutting him down.
Well, tank for Cooper Flag is fully in motion.
You guys aren't getting Cooper Flag.
Dude, we have two top 10 picks potentially because of the lottery. The Spurs are going to suck. De'Aaron Fox.
The Hawks aren't going to get the one either.
They can get the one. They traded all their players away. Dude, it's Trae Young and McDonald's workers. Come on now.
Bro, Dyson Daniels is tough.
I have no clue who that is, but they should tank for Cooper
You're
Flag.
going to get flamed. You're absolutely going to get flamed.
I have no clue who Dyson Daniels is or whatever.
Bro, you're going to get flamed. I'm pulling up the stats right now. Wait up.
Who is he? Did he just get
traded? He's gonna win Deebo.
No, he's not. There's no way
he's first team all defense though.
Okay. Wemby would have been Deebo.
3 steals a game. 3 steals a game, by the way.
Is he a point guard? Or shooting guard?
Yeah, he's a point guard.
So
he's not a scorer. He's not a scorer. He only plays defense, really. Oh, well, I mean, he's averaging like 16 points, 13.
13 points?
Well, because now no one's playing on the Hawks. Is like someone's got to score, you know?
Well, I mean, for the Spurs, they should just tank. They should shut down De'Aaron Fox, get him that thumb surgery he needs, and so he'd be like 100% by off season and ready to go. It doesn't have any complications. They should. I don't know what Coach Mitch is doing, but he needs to put Castle in. He hasn't been doing that. He had like 15 minutes last game. Like, you're down a player, just put your young player in, help him get coached by Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is probably leaving.
Yeah, he had 13 minutes.
Yeah, 13 minutes. Like,
in what world is Keldon Johnson desiring more minutes than?
Well, Keldon dropped like 25 that game.
So he did have 28.
28. So I mean, there's that. But for Castle needs to start. Castle needs to be the starting guy with Chris Paul. Tell De'Aaron Fox he needs to get surgery for his thumb so we can start Castle more and he can learn. And then in the offseason they can build that chemistry with each other. That's how.
But is Chris Paul going to stay?
Chris Paul should not stay after the season. I don't think so.
You don't think he'll ride it out? You don't think he'll say, "Hey, let's just ride it out"?
His family's not even staying in San Antonio; they're staying in LA. So I don't see a world where he stays.
But that's like the thing. He loves playing basketball, so he's like,
but he's not going to be starter next year. There's no way.
But like he knows that he's like 41.
Well, that's why he went to the Spurs.
Who's signing Chris Paul?
I don't know. Detroit Pistons good, and he'll start there.
He would not start in there.
I mean, Chris Paul's the guy you bring into your franchise to set a culture.
And you should keep him in San Antonio. Give him a little bit over the minimum and keep him.
Yeah, that's true.
I would. No, especially, bro.
I would give him a little bit more than the minimum what he's getting right now. I would sign him to another 1 year but like he's supposed to
do
be
a 1+1. Do a 1 and then a team option.
Yeah, that's
or a player option. But player option, you kind of lock yourself into Chris Paul.
Yeah,
but he's good.
Like the team. He's good. Yeah, he's great with assists. Him and Wemby have a good connection. For Wemby, it's good to learn about how to like process the game from a guy that's been in the league for 20 years. So that's good to have. And then they said Pop's not coming back this season. Honestly,
is he going to come back?
Hopefully, he comes back for 1 more year to like coach Wemby up a little bit more. But like at the end of the day, he's really old. He just had a stroke, a mild stroke that's caused him to be out for this long. So I don't in like a perfect world he might come back, but it's not. He's probably has to stay back for the rest of his career. It's probably over. I mean, he's the most winningest coach in NBA history, so
You got a stacked
everything's set.
resume. I saw Basketball Forever
Yeah.
post that.
No,
I don't know.
I think he's the greatest coach of all time. Like no, all
Probably.
bias aside, I think he's the greatest coach of all time.
And he got to coach the greatest player of all time, Victor Wembanyama. So
Yeah, he's not the greatest yet. He will be. He will
yet,
be.
yeah, he will be.
Yeah,
But
he will be.
yeah, I don't know. I think like if you're the Spurs, you kind of like it. It's not ideal, obviously, but also
Mhm.
it was gonna kind of be hard to make a playoff push.
It,
And like,
I mean, they could have still made a playoff push. They could have won a
no,
play-in
I'm
game.
saying that,
Yeah,
but like, say Wemby goes down with 10 games left in the season, and you're like, and you have nothing. You have like nothing. Like
I mean,
say
but it
you're
would.
the 11 seed and Wemby goes out. You don't have the flexibility to tank.
Yeah, now you have the flexibility to
Now you
tank,
do.
and you should, because there's no way you even like make the play-in or play in the play-in.
Portland's 2.5 games behind you, and they're playing good
But
basketball.
the Spurs aren't playing good basketball compared to them, so I don't see a world where they make it
But
into the
the
play-in
thing
now.
I was saying also is that like say Wemby is still here, you to get into the playoffs, you're 3 games behind the Suns, 4 behind the Warriors, 5 behind the Kings, and it's like you're doing all this to play Minnesota in the play-in, like
Well, but the thing is, you're a young team. You want that playoff experience.
play
You want to be
experience. Yeah,
hungry the next year. That's what I wanted the Spurs to do. I don't. They're not going to make like a push in the playoffs right now. They can't. It's nice to have that experience for next year, so they know what to expect, how to prepare for it, and how to get better. I think that's what they needed this year, and experience wise. So
I don't
that
mean
goes
to
down the drain.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but is there a specific guy? I don't know if you know, but is there a specific guy you want them to draft,
Oh,
or
Cooper
if you
Flag,
know?
Cooper Flag, tank for Cooper Flag.
No, like
But
I'm saying if you get picked like 4 or 3, do you have
oh,
anyone in mind?
it's Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey
Think
is
yeah.
nice
He'd be a great, like, small forward, power forward type of player. That's the guy we need right now. We're missing that small forward
because
player. 'Cause
VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor and Dylan Harper out of Rutgers, they're point guards, and they're not going to
yeah,
play for
we don't
De'Aaron
need a
Fox.
point guard. We have 2 point guards already. We're gonna convert, Castle to shooting guard and then have, Fox as at point guard, and then small forward could be Ace Bailey, power forward could be, Sohan, and then center's Wemby. So that's,
Some
like, the future lineup.
some other guys, Trey Johnson out of Texas, really good shooting guard. I don't know how well that would fit, but I like that fit
Well,
a
we
lot.
do need the shooting. Champagne is, like, our best three-point shooter.
There's
We desperately need shooting.
There's one guy in the draft. He's like old. I can't remember his name, but he's one guy. He like doesn't really do much. His ceiling isn't high, but he can shoot. He's like this year's Dalton Connect.
Oh,
Like
I
Dalton
love
Connect's
Dalton.
not great at
I
anything, but
I
he can
wanted
shoot 40% from 3.
yeah, I wanted the Spurs to draft Dalton with their pick, but they didn't want to. They traded away to the
And
Timberwolves for
got De'Aaron
2031.
Fox with that
Yeah, but
pick.
it got De'Aaron Fox. I see the vision that they had now, but beforehand it would have been nice to have like a Dalton type player earlier on in the season too.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
true.
but still we got De'Aaron Fox. That's good to have. So,
And this is why you put your foot on the gas, because now you have De'Aaron Fox. He has a couple games to mesh with the team. Because if they stood still, this team is like you're kind of in no man's land. You're kind of
yeah.
like questioning. Like, say De'Aaron Fox hits free agency this year, and you guys didn't trade for him. He's like, I don't know if I want to go. Popivich isn't there. Wemby's might be hurt for a while. But now
Mhm.
it's like you have him locked in.
You have him locked in for I think he's 2020. I think he's next year's free agent class,
Yeah.
not this year. So they'll sign him. I know they would sign him because I don't think he would want to leave or to go to
But
like
yeah,
a
I'm saying is
team
if
that's gonna
this
be
free agency period, say you
doing.
wanted to wait for free agency to pair up with Wemby, there's a lot more questions
Yeah, there
now.
is
But
now.
since you made the
Now you got
trade,
him
you're
locked.
kind of
Yeah,
locked in this core.
yeah. So we'll see how the free agent process goes this year with the Spurs. Do people still want to play for him with Wemby's concerns? He's still young. I think he'll recover like better than Chris Bosh did. Chris Bosh was way later in his career when it happened.
And
Well,
we don't.
younger
I'm
player.
not a
Yeah,
doctor. We don't know the
yeah.
severity of this injury either.
They said it was an isolated incident, so I mean it's probably a little minor. But it's good that they shut him down. They saw like they're not. It's like too. It's not worth the risk to push that
Mm-hmm.
far, like to push
And
Wemby.
you're
Yeah,
like I was saying, you're kind of far back,
yeah,
and it's like you make the push to see Golden State in round one and play in one, and then you have to
Yeah,
go into Minnesota. Maybe
exactly.
the Clippers fall off. You have to go to the Clippers. Like
I feel bad for Wemby because he got robbed back to back for depoy.
depoys.
Yeah, so he would already have 2 in his
Yeah.
career. I
Dyson
think he
Daniels.
deserved it.
Now that's the agenda I'm gonna be pushing.
I don't
I
know,
hope it's
man.
Jaren Jackson Jr. or Evan Mobley.
Yeah, one of those two. Evan Mobley the other day said who's going to be the face of the league, and
He
he
said
was
me.
like me or Wemby. Yeah, that was funny. Well, let's
Evan
talk
Mobley,
about
you gotta
Jimmy.
represent USC.
Yeah, let's talk about Jimmy Butler on the Warriors. His points are up. He was shooting 17 points per game. Now it's 20.4. His assists are up by one. He's 5.6 assists per game, and rebounds are up by one, 6.2 rebounds per game.
I mean,
So I
in their
mean,
past games, they beat the Kings, beat the
they smoked
Rockets,
the Kings. Sorry, Crow, but they smoked the Kings.
lost to Mavericks, beat the Bucks, beat the Bulls. I think that was his first game with the Bulls.
Yeah, I think it's a good start for the Warriors. They're catching a little momentum. That's good for them. It's you can
And it's
see
gonna fall right back down to earth.
no, Curry's playing very well right now. It's improved, but he just needs to step it up later in the playoff. That's the real question. If his age like gets in the way, but having another star with him benefited him so much. It keeps so much pressure off of him, and I think Golden State made a great move, even if they gave up a little too much. What do
But
you
I
think?
mean, it's the right move because you have no direction to rebuild. But they're not gonna win a playoff series.
They can win a playoff series. I
Definitely
trust Curry
not.
to win a playoff series.
OKC.
Okay,
If
not
they
against
match up against
OKC.
no, I'm going down the list. If they match up with OKC,
I think they lose. But if they match up against a 2 seed with
Memphis.
Memphis, I think they can take Memphis.
No, they're not
I
taking
think they can take
Memphis.
Memphis. I think
Jaren
they
Jackson
can.
Jr. is a better player than Steph Curry this year. All right, we'll go Denver Nuggets,
They get smoked by Denver, but I'm saying they can
Lakers,
they'll get lose to the Lakers. They can beat
Clippers.
Memphis. They smoke the shit out of the
They
Clippers.
would not smoke the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard will not play in that series. I guarantee you that right now.
The
I'll
o-
make
the
you
only
a
the only
fifteen
team
dollar
in the
bet right
top
now.
six,
Fifteen
the
dollar
only
bet
team
right
in the
now. The Kawhi Leonard's not playing in the playoffs.
bro.
Let's
Well,
do
we're
it
gonna rest him. We're gonna rest him, bro.
in the
Just
playoffs.
trust. Well, even if Kawhi Leonard doesn't play,
You guys would bet.
we were the 4 seed without him. The second ranked defense in the league, bro.
Yeah, playoffs a different environment,
The
dude.
the top 6 seeds is OKC, Memphis, Denver, Houston, Lakers, Clippers. The only team I can see them beating is Houston.
I see them beating Memphis, dude. The Clippers are gonna get smoked by the Lakers if the Lakers stay at the 4 and you guys stay at the 5. 100.
Yeah,
percent
I know
Yeah.
this. The only matchup I feel confident is if we play the Rockets. The Clippers aren't
Well,
winning a championship,
well,
but
well,
I'm
the,
saying
well, the Lakers don't have a center, and you guys have Zubac. If there's a way that Zubac and who's your guys' backup center?
Drew Eubanks.
Dude, Drew Eubanks, the Spurs legend. I have faith in him. I feel like they can overpower them with size if Kawhi's playing, and I feel like
But
they
we're
might
not gonna
smoke out.
we're not
Might
we're
squeak out
gonna
of
get a
the
sneaky
playoff.
win on a young team. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's fair.
I like to say I glaze the Clippers, but we're not making a push. But I'm saying if we're matched up against the Warriors, I'm confident we can beat the Warriors
You guys have the size advantage, but I just trust Curry in the
and
playoffs
the
more than
defense.
I trust Curry more than I trust James Harden and Kawhi Leonard right now because they have.
That's true, but I mean, there's also
I also trust.
you do have a rotation
I
like
do trust a playoff Jimmy more than I trust a playoff Kawhi and
yeah, but like
James Harden
what
in this
who's your
series.
third scorer on that Golden State team? Buddy Hield, who's going to shoot like 29% in the playoffs
So
from
you
three.
never know what can happen.
I just
They
don't
their
without
last
the
game
Curry minutes and
against the
without the
Kings.
Jimmy minutes.
I mean, with last game that they played against the Kings, they played team ball. If they can keep playing team ball, they can win something. Not a they can win a playoff series. That's all I'm saying. I
I
think
don't
their
think
ceiling
they
is a
can.
playoff series. I think you're underrating the
I
Warriors.
think Minnesota can beat them. I think Dallas can beat them as well. If Dallas is healthy,
If
if they
AD's
go in with
healthy,
no one,
if AD's healthy, then Dallas can beat. If AD's not healthy, I don't think they win.
I was
He
gonna go crazy and say I think the Suns could beat them, but I won't go that
no,
far.
dude, that Suns core has played like 5 minutes together this whole season.
And
They,
they have like a negative net rating,
yeah,
and it sucks because Kevin Durant's like still a top 7 player in the NBA.
exactly. He needs to leave this offseason. He needs to go somewhere
He's
else.
gonna leave. They just shopped his name around, and they were like,
Yeah,
"Whoa,
that's. I feel like that's
whoa,
messed up.
whoa." Come on,
Shop
don't you want to play for us? We just
players.
traded. Was about to trade you.
Well, we'll get into shopping players around later. I have a take for the Rams too.
We're not
So what do
going
you think about the
shopping.
All Star game? I thought it was total dog shit. I think it's
It's
the worst
not
All Star
good.
game I've ever seen. The
I
viewership was
heard
at
this.
4.7 million, the
I heard
second lowest
this
ever.
from Kenny Beecham,
Don't
and
know who that is.
he goes, well, it was on Twitter, all about the All-Star game. He goes, man, our game's dying. If the All-Star game doesn't hold this much weight, guys. For the old heads, yes, it does, because you don't have every game on League Pass. You just
Mhm.
you get to watch your own market. So you're like, oh, I've never seen Reggie Miller play. I want to watch the All-Star game. And then you get to see him play. No one cares about the All-Star game in the past 10, 15 years.
Or the players aren't trying as much as they used to. Same with the
But
NFL.
but people
Like
aren't gonna. People
who
don't
watches
care about it anyway.
who watches the Pro Bowl now? Nobody,
No
because
one does, because
they
no
took
one
away hitting.
cares.
They took away hitting. Back
No,
then,
it's because
you saw
it's
Ray
not.
Allen
There's no
beat the shit out of
reason to
somebody.
watch it,
I don't think there's no
bro.
reason.
If how I have League Pass, I can watch the Detroit Pistons right now. If this was 20 years ago, and it's like, oh, I've heard a lot about that Cade Cunningham guy, but I can only watch California teams. I'm gonna watch the All
That
Star
does
game.
make sense, yeah. But I feel like the players don't try anymore. It's like if the players gave in more effort and played defense.
I mean, Wemby got blood clots the day after the All Star game. I'm sure that
Yeah,
wasn't good for him. He shouldn't have tried.
dude, you think that's the cause of it? He was
But
already
I
yeah.
think if he took a week off, maybe it could have helped.
Well, I ain't no doctor, but I don't think that's how it works.
But I'm just saying, is like, there's no point in the All Star game. If the All Star game was good, we would talk about it for a minute and go on with our day. If the All Star game's bad, we still do the same thing. It doesn't. If you're putting this much weight on the All Star game, we gotta like evaluate everyone's priorities.
No, I mean the All Star game. People spend money to go there. You at least put on a good show. Like you had Mr. Beast taking up 30 minutes of your time trying to
Bro,
make
that
it.
was funny though. I can't even lie. I was
Dude,
cracking up
that
laughing the
shit was
whole
so
time.
ass.
The
That
Mr.
was
Beast part was the
horrible.
best part about the whole All Star
No, it
game.
wasn't. The Rising
That
Star game. I like the Rising
bro,
Star game.
I
I think that was
looked
the best one.
I looked at the TV and I went, Mr. Beast, and I was hooked. I did not leave my chair, bro. That
Oh,
was awesome.
the skit was good the first 5 minutes. The rest of it was boring. Like the kid couldn't make a shot. And then Dame was like, let him win. Mr. Beast was trying to end it. The NBA was even trying to end it because they knew how shit it was.
Bro, that was awesome. That was the best part. But the
No.
All Star game doesn't hold this much weight. I mean,
No, but
if the
also
All Star
look at
game's
it.
good, we don't care either way.
Yeah, but like people are paying to go there. We should. People do care. That's
That's
what they've
their
been saying.
fucking
It's
fault
dog
if they're
shit.
paying to go there.
Yeah, but it's they're putting out content and people watch that content. If they're unsatisfied about the content, they should talk about it. So a lot of people are talking about it. That you
But
saw that.
nothing's gonna change
Bro.
unless we get the players to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying. The players need to try harder in the games.
But it's like there's no incentive to try harder, and you could get hurt.
That's why they should do incentive. Like they've been saying,
Like what?
the if it's East versus West, the winning like division gets home court advantage or something like that. People are
That
trying
is
that.
insane. That is well, the one
I
that I
agree.
do like.
I agree. It's insane, but I'm just saying that's something that was thrown
What I
around.
do like is I like USA versus World, and
I love
Stephen A. should be on First Take for a whole week saying, "I don't know if these USA boys can do it. If the World does it, then they're better than USA." And you know that'll hit someone. You know that'll
Yeah,
hit someone on Team USA being like, "We can't let these fucking World guys be better than us."
I agree with that.
That's
But
a good.
yeah,
I like that.
I saw that being thrown around too. I like USA versus World. That's a great one. It just adds a little spice into it, like international versus USA. The Patriots would be out here.
Yeah, but I don't know. The All-Star game is like just something I really like don't care about. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's
Back then,
good. Like
I used to love watching the All-Star game, like the New Orleans one where Kawhi was out there. He was talking about his depoy during there. I remember that interview.
I just wanna do more that's Sabrina and Steph Curry one was the best.
Oh yeah. Caitlyn
The
should have
fact
done
that
it this year
Caitlyn
too.
dropped out of this one, I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
come
on now.
on.
I
We need
wanted
to do
Caitlyn to be
Angel
out
Reese
there.
and Draymond Green.
They're two sides of the same coin.
We gotta do Drewski and Kai Cenat. That would be awesome.
I don't really watch those two at all.
Did you see him in the celebrity game?
Yeah, he makes a skit out of everything. I give him
I
props
love
for the talent
Drewski.
he has. He has
We
good
should
talent.
do Drewski versus Steph Curry.
Oh
Or
my God.
we look at the stats. I will look at the stats right now. We're gonna find who the worst 3-point percent shooter is, and we put him up against Drewski, and then whoever it like
That's no NBA player would do that. That's just disrespectful to the
that would
NBA
be
player.
awesome if they did it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But the viewership, dude, 4.7 million, second lowest ever. That's insane. To me, that's insane. There's too many commercials. There's like 30 minutes of actual basketball being played. And they had Chuck Kenny, Shaq and Ernie come onto the court and they started giving them fishing gear mid game. It was like
I didn't see
11-1
that.
mid game.
Is this just the worst
I thought the
All-Star game
game, yeah.
percentage? Is what you're saying?
What do you mean?
Whoa, Scotty Barnes is shooting 26% from 3.
Is that the lowest
That's the lowest.
for an
It's
active starter,
Scotty.
right?
It's like out of 170 players, like rotational
Scotty's
players.
that buns at 3 points? Well, I've seen
Well,
his
your
jump
boy
shot. It's not
Stephon
that.
Castle's at 28%.
I mean, he was never a good shooter. That's
Well,
what
he's
they
not a good. He's
gotta
not a
prove.
good 3-point shooter. So it's like,
Yeah.
but
Well, he's improving on that. He was shooting 20 earlier this season. It went up by
it's
8%.
Scotty, Bilal Coulibaly, Stephon Castle, Kelly Oubre, Keldon Johnson, Kevin Herter, KCP. That's the whole reason they signed him.
The Magic
Yeah.
is KCP on the
James
Magic?
Harden's shooting 33%.
Really?
Devin Booker's shooting 33% too.
That's really low for him.
Darren
He
Fox
would be
is
really
shooting
good.
32.
Well, De'Aaron Fox is more of like a
He's not a
rim
3-point
runner.
shooter.
He's a rim runner, mid-range rim runner type guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the All-Star rating, the All-Star doesn't matter to me. I don't think it.
Well, who do you think is going to be the face of the league after LeBron leaves?
Wemby. But who was it who said it? Is they want a USA player to be the face of the league, and
I don't think.
I think it'll be Cooper Flag.
Well, we'll see how good Cooper Flag is in the NBA.
Because I would say Ant, but it's like every other week we find out he got a new girl pregnant, and then he.
That's Tyreek Hill. What are you talking about? You're confusing.
But he's
players.
not the face of the NFL.
Well, yeah, but like Edwards doesn't want to be the face.
Edward. I love Edwards, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he's
there's a
saying-
lot
he's
of
saying he doesn't
off-court
want it.
stuff. It's the same reason why we can't have Ja be the face of the NBA.
Yeah,
I think it could be Cooper Flag.
people said Tatum.
He's just so like he has
He's
so
corny, dude.
little aura, and
Yeah.
LeBron doesn't have a lot of aura, but he's so funny that it makes up for it. Like
I think LeBron has a lot of aura, dude. LeBron has one of the most.
If Jason
aura in the
Tatum did
NBA.
Taco Tuesday, you would just think it's cringy. You would just think it's
Yeah.
cringy. But when LeBron does it, it's just LeBron. I don't think LeBron has the SGA aura, but he has like funny aura. You know what I mean?
I think LeBron has a lot of aura. I disagree.
I can
He's
name
the
5
GOAT.
players who
He's
have more
He's
aura
not
than
the
LeBron.
GOAT. I think Michael Jordan's better all the time. but
Michael
I
Jordan
think-
has aura.
Yeah, but so does LeBron.
Shea, Edwards, but I'm not saying
Dude.
LeBron has no aura, but he doesn't have
3-1.
like.
He has the most aura in the NBA right now. He won on a 3-1 comeback. I think that just solidifies.
You
him
could
having
give
the
me
highest aura.
Cavs LeBron has aura, but you can't tell me Lakers LeBron has aura.
Well, the guy's 40-something years old.
That's why he has the funny aura. Like
yeah, he has
that's
the Unk aura now, but
he has
like,
the Unk aura. There we go.
yeah.
But
now he has
I
Unk aura.
think Cavaliers LeBron does have aura.
Hella aura.
But I think like he has like the funny aura right now. But like,
I don't like
Tatum
how
has no
Bleacher-
aura. He had literally he
Bleacher
doesn't
Rep-
have the Unk aura or the good aura. Basketball reference. That's what it is.
Yeah, Bleacher Report's been saying that. I mean, they've been saying he's the anonymous.
I heard was also
No. But yeah. I think Luka and Wemby could be the faces of the league because Luka, he's insane. He
but
just
it's
doesn't play
internet.
defense.
But they're
Who
international.
cares
That's-
if it's international? They bring a lot to the game too. I
Yeah,
love
okay.
international players. I'm
on
100%
Tatum's
I'm an
basketball
advocate.
reference. His nicknames are Jay, Taco J, and the Anomaly.
He is not the whatever that had.
Why is he Taco J?
I
Give
don't
that to
understand.
like Jaime Jaquez. What? He's Mexican.
Bro, come on now. But
What? That is fair.
I mean,
What
I guess
has
it's big enough
Tatum
to have
done with
anything.
tacos in his whole life?
I have no clue. I'm just saying that. I mean, Heikes doesn't even deserve a nickname right now. He's not even that good. He's a bench player.
But he's Mexican.
So
I gotta stand up, bro.
LeBron ain't Mexican, and he says Taco Tuesday. Come
Well,
on now.
But his name isn't Taco LeBron. His name isn't Taco L.
That's true.
Here's LeBron's nicknames: King James, LBJ, Chosen One, Bron,
The
the
chosen one has so much aura.
the Emperor, the Akron Hammer, L
The
Train, Benjamin Buckets, Captain Lamerica.
I like Captain America a lot, dude. When they were in in France during the boat ceremony thing, that shit was badass. It looked like
Yeah.
George Washington crossing the Delaware.
I retweeted that and it said, I'm gonna tell my kids LeBron was president.
All right, then. How do you feel about the Bengals franchise tagging Tee Higgins?
It's so bad for T.
Bro, they did that last season too. It's fucked up.
Here's my
It's
hot
horrible.
take. They should trade Trey Hendrickson and pay T. Higgins.
Their defense
How
is already asked.
but how old is Trey Hendrickson?
Search it up real quick. Well, I don't think I disagree with the Trey Hendrickson thing. They need their defense is already bottom 5 in the league, and you take away their best defensive player, it makes zero sense to me.
He's 30 years old. Do you think Trey Hendrickson is gonna have a better season than he had right now?
He can have a comparable season.
But I'm saying, like, you don't think you can get a day 2 pick and a good defensive player out of it?
That leads the league in sacks.
Well, I'm not saying you're not getting TJ
I mean,
Watt, but I'm
like,
saying if you
I'm
can
just,
get a good player,
but
dude, Trey
you
Hendrickson's
gotta
value
look
is
at it.
never going to be this high, ever.
But
Never,
I mean,
ever is it going to be this high.
then your defense is already horrible. You just take your best player out and replace it with a mid player. How your defense is
So you would
getting
rather
worse.
pay Trey Hendrickson like $100
I pay him.
million
I pay him a three-year deal. I pay him a
and
three-year
let
deal.
T
3-year
walk
deal.
and let T like trade him away?
Draft a wide receiver in the second round.
But I'm just
He's good
thinking you
enough.
could get a haul for Trey Hendrickson right now.
You get a haul for Tee
You know
Higgins.
the Niners are on your doorstep asking for Trey Hendrickson right now. Like 100% they are. And they have the
Yeah.
like second most draft picks this entire year.
Who, the Niners?
Yeah.
But it's like a day 2 pick. I don't see that much value in a day 2 pick.
If you can get a second round pick though.
If you could get a second round, I see the potential.
Number of draft picks. Oh my god, I didn't even press.
I
Picks
think
per team 2025.
the Bengals should just go get another wide receiver instead of T, because he's gonna be way too unaffordable. Like Joe Burrow wants to spend like the Eagles, but they don't have the money like the Eagles, and they don't have the GM like the Eagles, and they don't have the talent like the Eagles do. You can't just sign random bums too. You have to. They have great players all around. They have the most well formulated roster in the whole NFL. So I don't.
Are you telling me
They
if Kansas City's at your door right now and they're offering you a first round pick and a
wouldn't do
late
that.
third round?
They wouldn't do that.
Why?
Why would Kansas City offer first round pick for 30-year-old?
Because their window's now before the cap hit of Mahomes starts hitting in.
Disagree with that.
Mahomes is gonna get like 60 million in the next 2 years, like every
Why
hit.
wouldn't they go for Myles Garrett then if they want to give up a first round pick?
Because he's too expensive. Myles Garrett, you have to give up multiple first round picks.
You still have to pay Trey Hendrickson the same money. I disagree with that. I think if you,
You
want
can
to
let
go,
Trey Hendrickson walk.
I'd rather have Myles Garrett than have
I'd rather have Myles Garrett too, but I'm saying it's too expensive.
I don't think that's too expensive if you're getting a decoy candidate every year for the rest of his career, for a couple more years, not the rest of his career, but like
Why
for 3
can't
or
it
4 more
show
years.
me the freaking?
I disagree with that.
I think you
you
should
go
trade
Myles
Trey
Garrett.
Hendrickson.
I don't like your defense is going to be awful.
Even if you keep Trey Hendrickson, your defense is still awful. You might as well get some picks that you can draft well. But you can't draft well either. And that clears up money for you to sign.
Yeah, are you just going to focus on your offense, or are you going to target the main reason they lost? The main
Well, this
reason
roster is all cooked. I don't know where all their money's going to.
Joe Burrow, but I don't understand how they can't make it work. Unless they're like money laundering or something. They have to be money laundering, dude, because I have no clue how they have zero money. Their O-line's garbage.
Orlando Brown Jr. is getting a
Dude,
lot.
they only have 2 players that are making that much money, that are making top dollar in their position. It's just 2. Joe Burrow and Orlando Brown, and the rest, nothing.
Okay, the cap hit is this year? Orlando Brown's getting 15. Who is Alex Kappa, and why is he getting 10? Where's all this? I mean, you only have 5 players in double-digit cap hits, and why can't you sign anyone?
Yeah, what's their cap? How much cap do they have? this year. They added like 25 to $50 million to every team this year. Expanded the
It's
cap.
probably not updated then. I have no clue. It says total cap space. It says $50 million.
That's
That
not enough
doesn't
to spend.
sound right.
No, that doesn't actually sound right. Because who are they
You
paying?
didn't have 25. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know what the cap is. They have Mitchell Trubisky on their roster? No.
You know that.
I just saw Mitchell something.
All right. So we were talking about shopping players' names around like KD, but what about Stafford's name getting shopped around in the NFL? Don't you think that ruins
It's bad for the Rams if you
chemistry?
trade Stafford.
It's bad for the Rams if you trade him, and it's bad that you're shopping his name around. That you told his team to go shop his name around. I
That is
think,
bad. That I think you should be doing it like Nico Harrison and doing it under doors.
yeah,
Say you're the Rams general manager right now. Say you're Les Snead, and the Giants hit your line. They say, "I'll give you a first round pick, a third round pick, next year's first round pick for Matthew Stafford." Are you doing it?
yeah, but the Giants are
That's
actually
why. That's
stupid
why you
for
have to
that.
kind of like shop his name
Yeah,
around because how much more are you gonna get from Stafford?
I don't
Two
think
years.
Stafford's worth that much, anyways.
But if you are getting the Giants first round pick this year or next year, I mean, don't you kind of got to do it? And you can get Sam Darnold for cheap.
But that's a hypothetical. I don't think Stafford's worth 2 first-round picks, especially a top 5
But
first-round pick.
everyone's
And you can
desperate.
draft your quarterback of the future.
You don't think so? This is Brian Callahan in Tennessee. This is kind of a make or break year from him, I believe. Or Brian Dable in New York. This is kind of a make or break deal year for him.
They just traded away Saquon Barkley.
Or
I
in
mean, they
Pittsburgh.
didn't sign Peyton.
Or in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, this is a make or break, but you're
See,
gonna have
Mi-
you
Mi-
haven't won a
Mike
playoff game in 10
Mike
years.
Tomlin giving up a first-round pick, I see, because it's not a top 10 pick at all. So, I mean, they could do that trade, but if it's a top 5 pick, why don't you just draft your quarterback of the future right now? That's what a smart franchise should do, not trade for an aging quarterback that didn't play
Yeah, but
so
we're
great
talking
this
about the
year.
Giants, and we're talking about the Giants. They're not a smart franchise. That's why
They're not.
I think they would. We saw that Hard Knocks. They would offer a first round pick for Matt Stafford, I believe.
Who would?
Giants.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. Probably
But
next year, but
I think it is smart to
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 shop it around.
to
But
shop it
like
around behind closed doors, but don't tell Stafford that. That's the part I don't
they
like.
told Stafford's team to go
To
shop
look
around
for
his
a
own name.
trade.
Yeah, exactly. That's messed up in my
That's
opinion because
bad. That's bad.
he's been nice to your franchise. His family's been nice. His wife's been
His
annoying
wife's not been nice.
yeah, his wife hasn't been nice, but everybody else has, and he's been like the team loves him. You're trading away your wide receiver too. Would you consider him the wide receiver too, Cooper Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, you're trading him away, and he has a good connection with Stafford, and you're trading Stafford away. Just it doesn't make sense to me to trade Stafford away.
I don't think
Can
it makes
you,
sense, but if the right deal is at your door, if the Colts are offering you 2 first round picks,
why would they
like
offer you 2 first round picks?
the Shane Steichen's going to be on the hot seat if they don't make the playoffs.
I don't know, man. I think
Maybe
I
not
think
2 first rounds, but you're
I
going
think
to
I think you're
what if
overvaluing
this is the
Stafford.
package. If this is the package, you get who's that receiver? Pierce or whatever. He's like all right.
Alex Pierce.
He's a say you get a rotational player, a first round pick from this year and a second round pick from next year. You gotta consider that an option.
But you're overvaluing Stafford in my opinion. He's not that as good as you make him
Well,
seem right now.
I think these desperate teams would overvalue him. If
Well,
you're on the hot seat, and your experimental quarterback Anthony Richardson is not playing up to thing and you want a long-term contract in this city and you say, "Okay, let's make a Stafford can make a playoff push." He started 2-4 this year and made a playoff push. He started 1-4 last year and made a playoff push. You can make a playoff push with Matthew Stafford, and I think desperate teams will be calling the phone for Matthew Stafford saying, "Can we I don't care what we give up. Let's make a playoff push."
I think it's stupid for the Rams because they're 2 defensive players away from making the Super Bowl again.
It is stupid for the Rams. I think that's
I
what
don't
I've been
think
saying. If you do it behind closed doors, I think
it makes
it's
sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it ruins the chemistry in the team and with the front
and you trade
office.
away your buddy
Yeah,
Cooper Cup.
and then you're messing up the chemistry between the coach, the player, and the front office. It makes zero sense to me why they're
It's
like,
bad making it
yeah,
public.
it's horrible making it public.
Like I think we would all flip on this situation. Say this year we lose in the second round again, and then we hear, well, the Rams were shopping during Matthew Stafford during the offseason, then we'd probably be like, okay, that's fair. That's fair if you're just shopping him, you know?
Mhm.
Like, it's just, but letting everyone in the media know.
Exactly. Everybody in the media does not need to know that you're shopping Matthew Stafford's name around. It makes stupid. It makes no sense to me. I think Stafford's the second best QB in that division. I think Purdy's better. What?
Do you think Brock Purdy's better than Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, he was last year and he was the year before.
I can't believe this.
He's better. He's 100% better.
What is Brock Purdy's record without Christian McCaffrey? Tell me that right now. It's below 500.
You can say the same
Brock
thing
Purdy doesn't have a deep ball either. Matthew Stafford has a great deep ball. Brock Purdy, every time he throws a deep, he overthrows his guy. He throws hospital balls. He throws interceptions. Brock Purdy's not a top 15 quarterback.
Stafford, his Super Bowl year, had 20 interceptions.
Okay. He won the Super Bowl, and he's efficient.
He hasn't been the same. He's not efficient. He's not that efficient anymore.
He hasn't been the same. He just took 2 teams to the playoffs that you would say don't have incredible rosters.
They do have they have 2 wide receivers.
It's not an incredible roster, though.
Dude, they have
not with Brock Purdy.
They have a top
Brock
5
Purdy's
running
roster.
back. They have a top 10 wide receiver and they have a top 20 wide receiver too. And they have one of the best head coaches in the league, and they have a good rising defense. I think they're a great roster.
They're a great roster, but you cannot tell me Brock Purdy's better. What is one thing that Brock Purdy does better than Matthew Stafford?
He's more mobile.
That's a cop-out. He's like 40. That's fair. But what about something else?
Brock Purdy's more mobile than Stafford was ever in his career. 100%.
Probably. But I mean, if you bring up any of the passing numbers, Stafford's way better at everything. If you drop back and let
compare him,
if you have a game-winning drive, who would you rather have?
I don't even know, because both of them are ass in game-winning drives.
No, Stafford's not ass. He's not terrible.
What about this year's game-winning drive in the playoffs?
I mean, well, we were down 2 scores. He got the 1 score. And then the one time, the 2 plays we don't get Kyron to block, Jalen Carter comes right down the middle. And
I mean,
that's bad play call. I can't believe you. So what rank is Brock Purdy in your quarterback ranking?
I think he's top 10 for sure. I have him above Dak. I have him above Stafford. I think
Stafford's the 7th best quarterback in the league.
I think Purdy's 7th.
I can name 15 quarterbacks better than Brock Purdy.
I can't. I can name only
Jared
6.
Goff. Goff.
No.
Jordan Love.
No.
Caleb Williams.
He beat Jared Goff. Who?
Well, you can't say he beat them. He didn't play against Brock Purdy. Wasn't playing defense. Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
So is Eli Manning better than Tom Brady?
Jared Goff, Jordan Love.
Uh-huh.
What's the next division? NFC East. Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott.
I don't think Dak Prescott's better.
5.
I think Jalen Hurts is better.
NFC South.
I don't know about Jaden 100%. It's just been 1 year.
Kirk. Not Bryce Young.
No. Bro, just shut up. Bryce Young is not better than Brock Purdy.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford. Now we're going to the AFC North. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. I'm at 11 right now.
That's 2 for me. That's 3 for me actually. You said Jalen Hurts.
NFC or AFC East. Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's 4.
Patrick Mahomes.
That's 5.
Justin Herbert.
No.
I want to say Bo Nix probably. CJ Stroud.
No, I don't think so.
Who else is in that division? Not Trevor. That's 15 right there. That's 15. I got right there.
I only know 6 quarterbacks better.
That's the thing.
It's even hard to say. It's even hard to say 6th and 7th can be
Dude, Brock Purdy doesn't do anything exceptional. All these guys have an X factor, and Brock Purdy does nothing. Brock Purdy actively lost them games.
How?
If you like
the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, and he wasn't the reason any of them did anything. He put a stinker up in the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. Oh my God.
Brock Purdy's garbage. He could win MVP, and I still would call him garbage.
You're biased because you're a Rams fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I should be biased, but I'm telling you facts right now.
He's garbage. Brock Purdy's not good.
No, he's not.
You know what's the best? You know what I hope they do? is I hope the Niners, they make the playoffs this year and they pay Brock Purdy $70 million so they can't make a good roster around him. And we all see that that's the worst contract in NFL history. I hope that's what happens.
Daniel Jones is the worst contract in
No, they
NFL
got off of
history.
it in 2 years. That's not.
Dak
Deshaun
Prescott
Watson is way worse.
there is no quarterback that's worth $60 million. Dak Prescott's not worth $60 million. Jerry Jones is stupid
Deshaun
for that.
Watson contract is worse. This will be worse than the Deshaun Watson
No, it wouldn't, dude. Oh my
because
god,
when
dude,
you
you're so
pay Brock
biased.
Purdy $60 million a year, when you play Brock Purdy $60 million a year, and you take all the Avengers away from him, we'll see how good he is.
Bro, they're gonna have no wide receivers. They have no wide receivers right now. They should draft.
If he's a top 7 quarterback, he should be a difference maker. Then
He is a difference maker. He was the reason
isn't.
they were semi-winning games.
No, he wasn't.
He's a difference maker.
The reason you're semi-winning games is because you can get an undrafted running back and perform like a top 5 running back. That's why you're winning games.
Dude,
when you have George Kittle playing like the best tight end in the league, that's why you're winning games.
You expect players you pay to do well. And you expect your quarterback to play well with him, and he does. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback.
No, he's not. He's not a difference maker. I hope they pay Brock Purdy, and then you can't put anyone around him.
Brock should get paid $50 million.
And it's an overpay.
No,
and when Brock gets paid 50, when Brock gets paid 50 and Kittle walks, and all you have is Brandon Ayuk, then we'll see how good of a quarterback he is. Because the six guys that you named are all difference makers. Josh Allen has no wide receiver on the level of Deebo, Kittle, Ayuk, even Christian McCaffrey.
Deebo is trash, bro. That's why they're trading him away. Ayuk was out the whole entire season.
But he's still not good. He's still not good.
I know they're not good. They're not as good. I would take Amari Cooper, Khalil Shakir over Ayuk and Deebo right now. Give them to me, and I'll take them over them. Because
I don't think that's right.
You know why?
But also the tight end and the running back room.
They're not answers in the locker room.
No, I don't think the Niners supporting cast this year they're not gonna do anything. I don't think because I think their supporting cast fell off. But the year they went to the Super Bowl, they had a great supporting cast.
Well, their supporting cast was healthy.
Yeah, and this year and Christian McCaffrey's always unhealthy.
Well, if you take away your best,
George Kittle's the only guy you can rely on that offense. If you gave Josh Allen George Kittle, he'd probably go to the Super Bowl.
They drafted Dalton in the second round.
Dalton's he was in the first round, but Dalton's not the level of George Kittle.
I thought he was first. I said second just to be safe. I wasn't 100% sure if he was first.
He's first. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, dude, Brock Purdy is a difference maker. He's one of the reasons why they went to the Super Bowl. He led 2 game-winning drives against Detroit and against the Packers to win.
No, Jordan Love sold that. Why are you doing a cross body?
It was like 50 seconds left, and Brock Purdy brought them back.
Drake Greenlaw won that game. He had 2 picks. Brock Purdy didn't play defense.
You expect your defensive players to make good plays. Yeah. That's what you pay him for.
But Brock Purdy didn't win that game. Yes, Brock Purdy, he did not win that game.
Oh my god, dude.
So if we gave out MVPs after every game, who would you give it to?
Either Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey.
In that Packer game, you would give it to Brock Purdy.
Game?
Drake Greenlaw had 2 interceptions.
Then Drake Greenlaw gets that MVP. But who brought them back from the Detroit game?
Christian McCaffrey.
No, he didn't, dude.
That defense brought him back. They were stopping everything.
The
reason they lost that Detroit game is because they kept dropping it on fourth.
They were down the whole entire game, and they came back.
And that defense clutched up and started forcing. Dude, didn't they turn the ball over on all their 4th downs in the second half? If they convert one of those 4th and 1s, you knock a lot of the clock off.
Dude, you discredit Brock Purdy so much, it's insane.
He's not a good quarterback, bro.
He's a good quarterback.
No, he's not.
All right, where do you think Deebo's going to get traded
We saw this year that he's not a good quarterback. They won 6 games.
Their whole team was injured.
But Josh Allen, but all the quarterbacks you named, and even some of them behind that, would still win games with that roster.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Let me see. If Joe Burrow had that roster, do you think they would win more than 6 games?
Who was their wide receiver the whole entire season?
Jawan Jennings. But you have George Kittle too. I mean, Joe Burrow would win more than 6 games on there. Joe Burrow would
Or
win
maybe he
more
wins
than
8.
6. What?
Maybe he wins 8. That defense was horrendous too.
What's better than the Bengals?
Yeah,
Baker
but it was
Mayfield would win more than 6 games on that offense. All right, whatever. Go with Deebo. Deebo's going to the Ravens.
Really? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're gonna offer?
Nothing, because he's dog shit. You could probably offer a 7th round pick, and they'll be like, "Oh, fuck it, we'll get him out of this locker room."
I read a report today that the highest offer they got was like a couple 5th rounders.
I mean, but like Deebo had one good year. That's the one hit
Yeah.
wonder right there.
I don't think Deebo's that good. I never thought he was good last year. He was good the year before that. But like that recent picture of him in the Eagles jersey
That was
released.
crazy. Why are
I
you
think
wearing
that's
an
what.
Eagles jersey? Is he like from Philadelphia?
No, he's friends with AJ Brown. I think that's why he was wearing it. Like he's good friends with them. I would support. I would support
I
my
would
good
not
friend.
do that.
I would.
Out of a
If
team
my,
that kicked your ass in the playoffs 2 years ago, and you're just walking around tubby as fuck with their wear AJ Brown shirt. I wouldn't wear a jersey. Get a little graphics tee on. Says AJ Brown. That's love. But a Eagles jersey is kind of
well,
crazy.
I was talking about how he looked overweight in that picture for a star wide
Well,
receiver.
he's not good. I mean,
He was good. I'm
he
not gonna lie.
was good.
He was one of the best. Like he was a
He was
top
first team
wide
All Pro
receiver.
the year the Rams
Yeah,
won the Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, he was good. Now it's took a nosedive. So there's
I
that.
don't. I don't care where he's gonna go because he's not gonna be a wide receiver 1 anywhere. I mean, who do you think he'll go to?
I think he would be wide between him and Zay. It's tough.
Dude, don't sleep on Batman, bro.
Bateman,
Batman's low key good, bro.
Bateman. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is. He's like
I like Bat.
sneaky. He's sneaky.
I like Batman, dude. Batman's good.
He's a sneaky wide receiver. I didn't think he was that good, but like he
I
did
thought
some
he was
random ass
dookie,
touchdowns.
but hey,
Yeah, he got some random ass
he kind of
touchdowns.
put it up,
Yeah, he was good this season. He was really good.
bro. That clip of me walking off is gonna go viral.
Yeah, because I said a good take and you had a horrible take. There was not 15 quarterbacks.
Uh,
You're telling me you
Get
put
out of
Trevor
my
Lawrence
head! Get out of my head!
you put Trevor Lawrence on that team and they make it to the Super Bowl?
Probably.
No, my God, bro! Just
Not
shut
like
up.
they wouldn't go to the Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence would fumble 3 times. I didn't put
That's
Trevor
what I'm
Lawrence above him. I didn't put
Yes,
Trevor
you
Lawrence
did.
above him.
You were like Trevor Lawrence. Oh, I already hit 15, but like you said Trevor Lawrence.
No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
yeah.
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
said
I'm gonna
that.
be honest.
You
No,
said
no, I
that.
remember that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't take that. I already had 15. I wouldn't put Trevor Lawrence. I was
Yeah,
thinking. I was
you're getting
thinking.
16. You're like Trevor Lawrence already has 15
Trevor Lawrence
now.
is sneaky. Trevor Lawrence is sneaky.
He's not.
If this was last year and this was last offseason, I say yes. But he had a really bad
Oh
year
my
this year,
God! Last offseason they went to the Super Bowl.
and I still would have. I would have put fucking 20 over him. I would have put Russell Wilson over him. You're lucky some of these quarterbacks fell off. I would have put Geno in front of him.
I
I
can't
would have
believe
put Kirk Cousins in front of him.
I can't believe a Niners defender right now. It's crazy. I'd never do that.
I would have put Justin Fields in front of him.
Actually, you'd put Justin Fields over him last year.
Probably.
I can't even say that stuff because we might get banned. But
I would have put Daniel Jones. No, I would have put Deshaun Watson because he didn't have that bad of a year last year.
you said
This
Daniel
year was-
Jones though. You said Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones won a playoff game, bro. And he
Well, this was episode 2 of The Last Whistle. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.